The mortgage pre-approval. Do you actually need this to begin shopping? Or is it just a myth told to you by agents?
What I try to tell you, this country, you gotta make the money first.
Well, I'll give you an easy analogy to decide for yourself. If you're getting ready to go to the grocery store, would you do this before you went? Would you take your wallet and as you're driving down the street decide, you know what? I don't need this to go shopping, and just whoop right out the window. That's what it's like shopping for a home without a pre-approval. It's like getting to the front of the grocery line and no way to pay. And for you wise guys out there, yes, I know you could use your phone to pay now too. Okay, yes, I get it, but you understand. So where do you start? Well, most people are gonna end up going to the bank where they bank at. So wherever they have their checkings and savings account. Now, the outdated assumption is that if you bank there and they already know you, that you're gonna get a better deal. Wrong. You see, this used to be true in the past. This used to be true when the bank actually knew who you were on a personal level as well as a financial level. Now, unfortunately, you're just another number in a cold cut line. And remember, if you didn't see step 1, how to pick a real estate agent in 6 easy steps, click right here. Here are 6 things to know when you're getting your pre-approval. First thing you should know, gather all your financial information. Now, the items that I'm about to list to you, don't worry about writing all this stuff down. There's a link in the description below where you could just download the sheet with everything on it. So that means go ahead and hit download right now. Go ahead. I'll wait. Not too long. Actually, it doesn't even matter if I'm waiting or not because you could just fast forward. But click the link, download that please so you can follow along. Okay, so now that you downloaded the sheet, let's go through it. You're gonna need 2 years of your tax returns, 2 years of your W-2s, 2 years of a 1099 if you're commission-based. If you don't get a W-2 because you're self-employed, then 2 years of your business tax returns. If you are self-employed and still get a W-2, well, you're still gonna need 2 years of your business tax returns, 1 month of your most recent pay stubs, 2 months of your most recent bank statements. If you have any other accounts like a 401k or IRA, just add that too. You're gonna need your social security number to run your credit, photo ID, and if you received any large amount of money that was a gift from a relative or a friend or whoever it might be, just add a gift letter in because you're gonna need that eventually. And again, remember, don't worry about having to write all these down. There's the link, click it, download it, ding, you're good. Second thing you should know, apply to 2 to 3 different lenders. Now, you want to do this at the same time. So the credit bureaus allow you between 14 to 45 days. They allow you to interview multiple lenders without having multiple hard hits on your credit score or having soft pulls is what they're called. So they want you to do this all at once. If you're doing one today and one in 2 months and another one in 6 months, it's going to count as a hard hit every time. So I find that people would have liked to interview a few different people, but they begin to do it at the wrong time. Like I find most people want to shop around when they're either under contract or right before they're going to go under contract. So if you, and again, I recommend this, is shop around, but do it in the beginning. You know, step 1, right? It told you what docs to gather. I'm not going to go through all of them again. So take all those docs and send it out to 3 different lenders at the same time. So it's saving you time, energy, and frustration. The third thing you should know is when comparing lenders, do not only go by the interest rate. You also want to compare your closing costs and what your APR is. You see, the APR is a percentage, very similar to an interest rate. However, this also shows any costs or fees that are associated with the mortgage. So a lower upfront interest rate that a lender is going to give you might not necessarily mean a better deal, because you might be paying a certain fee in order for that rate to come down. So in the forefront, it looks like, oh, wow, I'm getting 3%. But on the backside, you're getting charged $3,000, let's say, to have that low rate. So again, don't only look at the percentage, you also want to look at the APR and you want to look at the closing costs. Fourth thing to know, do you go with a bank or do you go with a broker? There's no right or wrong here. really how I look at this is a bank can offer you certain products that they have, right? So if they have a standard FHA program, if they have a conventional program, these are their guidelines and you can apply for these. When you go to a broker can shop around from multiple banks and multiple sources to see what is the best program they can find you, because a standard program that you might get at a big box company like Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, well, maybe the broker can find a better deal for you. And a better deal usually means that you're going to be paying less a month. A lot of people think there's all these additional fees that are associated with a broker because they're a middleman compared to just going directly to the bank. My experience has been is there's no more additional fees that are associated with a broker than are associated with a bank. It's more or less the same thing. And again, in your closing costs, you're really going to notice all these itemized fees and what they're for. So if you're comparing, let's say, Chase and a brokerage, you'll compare the closing cost sheet and see like, okay, who's charging me what? What are underwriting fees? What are loan origination fees? Things like that. So brokers, bank, I would go to the broker personally. That's my preference because they get to shop around and find multiple products for me as opposed to me being boxed into one. And since they're not giving me a better deal because I bank there, well, what's the point? Fifth thing you should know, and this is very similar to what I was talking about with how to pick your real estate agent. Again, if you haven't seen that video, links right here. And that's communication. So the lender plays a crucial role. So when we find a house, it's the lender's job to update the pre-approval with the correct date and the correct amount that we'll be submitting. If your lender cannot communicate with us, simple things like submitting an offer is going to be a nightmare, and it's only going to get worse as time goes on. So don't just pick anybody. And the cool thing is you can tell right away who's going to get back to you and who's going to work with you and who's going to be impossible to get a hold of. If you're reaching out to a lender and more than 24 hours go by and it's a business day, that's telling us that they're not going to be a great fit. You want somebody that has great communication skills because there will be a lot of, let's call it trilingual, because it's myself as an agent, it's you as a buyer, and it's the lender. And we'll be talking the entire time until we get you under contract. And then even then, guess what? There's now 4 of us communicating, right? It's myself as the agent, it's you as the buyer, it's the attorney, and it's the lender. And if one of us has horrible communication, well, then it's going to be a weak link in the chain, and then you're probably not going to have the best experience. So communication, they got to be able to talk to us. If they don't want to talk to us, then just bye. Next. And the 6th thing we should know. This is, again, one of those really important things, and it's what is the lender's turnaround time? So we have standard turnaround times that in a normal market, these would be them. So let's say 30 days. Your lender tells you they can close the file they can take the file from contract to close 30 days. Okay, cool. That's in a normal market. Let's say we're in a backed up market like we're in now. What is the times table? Again, the times table is what's going to make or break the deal. If their times table are terrible, well, guess what? They're not getting us that updated pre-approval when we need to put the offer in. If their times table are backed up, well, then we're waiting weeks for an appraisal. And if we're waiting weeks for an appraisal, that means extra time that you can't close on this house. And I don't think I've met a buyer, unless they have an extenuating circumstance, that just wants to wait forever to close on their house. Normally people are like, can we wrap this up? Can we wrap this up? Can we wrap this up? So number 6, understand the lender's turnaround times. What is their promise? What is their proposition? What is their standard? If they don't know that stuff, again, probably not somebody you're going to want to work with. I'm not going to name this lender, but they tell us that they have a 30-day turnaround time. However, everybody's human, and right now that 30-day turnaround time is 45 days. So 45 days is their standard, and that's fine. It just doesn't work for you. So times table, quick draw McGraw, baby. Okay, so this one was pretty, straightforward. It's very simple. There's not many steps to this, but do take this seriously. I know a lot of buyers, the first thing they want to do is go look at houses, and then if they find the right one, they'll get the pre-approval and they'll do what they have to do. So my advice has always been, if you're serious about shopping, right, well, you're going to bring your wallet with you. If you're a tire kicker, well, then you can probably care less. But I found that the people that get the pre-approval, they're serious about getting this done. They don't want to miss out when that house comes up. And I'm saying it like this because I have taken out people, sadly, I have taken out people before I knew better that didn't have their pre-approvals. And I seen so many people get burnt by not having it that now I won't allow people to come out with me without it. Very simple. All right. Just wrapped up step number 2. Congratulations, folks. Moving right along. Now, if you want to be notified when step number 3 comes out, and this is a big one, this is how to analyze your needs in a home buying consultation. So if you want to be notified when that comes out, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications. Come on, join us. Step number 3, analyze your needs. Come on. Things are getting good. We're becoming friends now. If you need to get in touch with me for any reason, if you have a question and you need help, or if you're looking to buy a house and you're getting ready to start right now, you can click on the Calendly link down below. It's the easiest way to get in contact with me. It's a 15-minute online Zoom consultation. So, ding! Look at that, perfect timing. So, I will see you next time, folks.